Hello everybody, welcome back. Today's a really exciting day because I just got 2 packages delivered containing Jeep upgrades. I've been waiting for these to come in for a while. I'm going to show you guys what I got. So these are the packages that arrived today. I got a new light bar for my Jeep for dark trails, and I also got some roof rack crossbars. This new light bar is a 42-inch light bar, and I'm really excited to use it. Let's put it on. Alright, so this is a light bar by Auxbeam. They have all kind of lights and light bars. So this is the 5D Pro Series light bar with 44,000 lumens, which is insane. So it comes with a little harness. So this looks like it goes to the light bar. So this is the switch that you put inside your vehicle. Oh, it's nice. It looks like it has some clips right there. Engine, there's the fuse, and then here's the 2 battery connectors. So that's the wiring harness. That should be pretty easy to set up. So it comes with some hardware, just the mounting hardware for the light bar, more mounting hardware just for different types of applications, and this is all, as you can hear, good quality metal. So this should be a really robust light bar. This light bar is completely aluminum. It looks awesome. That's going to look so good on the Jeep. There's the connection. And here's where you mount it. Looks like these are the direction lights, and then these are more of the floodlights on the side. This thing looks awesome. I can't wait to install it. Now let's get rid of this box. And let's open up the roof rails. These are the roof rails I ordered. They are aluminum. They've got a 160-pound weight rating, which is really good. And they just clamp on like this onto your roof bars. So I'm not sure how durable these are, but a buddy of mine did have these on his Liberty. And he put almost anything on it. He's put kayaks, 2 bikes on it, even a rooftop tent. So these things are pretty durable, and they should do for now. They were pretty cheap off Amazon. They are the Tunijoy. 70 bucks, can't go wrong. Pretty solid. Now that everything's unpacked, I'm going to first install this light bar, and then I'm going to put on these roof rails. And once everything's installed, I'm going to go on a quick trip to find a quick trail, and I'm going to see how this thing lights up the road and performs, so stay tuned. But before we can test it, let's go install it. So these are the floodlights on the side. You can tell they have a different pattern, and these are the main direct beam lights, and then these are kind of in the middle. It's all aluminum, and it's all very, very heavy duty, and I don't think this thing's going to get damaged on trails. So I'm really excited to use this thing. Let's install it. So for installation, I was debating on whether I screw into my roof, because that's kind of the only way unless you have a roof rack that you're attaching to. So I looked into it, and people often use magnets, and I was really skeptical about it first, but I bought these magnets off Amazon. I'll leave a link to these below as well. These just had the best reviews on them, so it's kind of what I went with. So these magnets are really strong. Like, I tried attaching them. They do work very well, especially if there's 4, 2 on either side, and then they mount like this. They're specifically for light bars, and I saw people use them. I was pretty skeptical, but today I'm going to try it out. This is nice because anytime you want to take the light bar off, say it's in the way of anything, or you want to, I don't know, you're just not going on any camping trips or trails, you don't want the light bar, take it off with the magnet, no holes in your roof. So the thing I worry about on these most, I mean high speeds and like washboard and stuff, but they do stick pretty well, and I haven't tried fitting them on the light bar yet, so I'm actually really curious of seeing if they're even going to work. The original hardware has these holes. So these holes with this mount is going to prevent it from spinning, just like that. So I'm going to have to figure out a way to do the same thing here. I'm going to drill 4 holes through this metal, and then I'm going to be able to put the screws in. So let's do that quickly. So I'm done that now. This is the finished product. So I'm going to put it under here like this, and then just line it up with these holes, and then put in that center screw, and then put in the side 4 corners. Took a little bit of adjusting, but I got it pretty good. So these prevent it from tilting back and forth, and it also lets you set the light bar at what angle you want. So I figured out what angle I want, so I just want it kind of straight, and that's how I'm going to put in the screws. So I'm going to do it to the other one, and I'm going to mount this light bar and see how it looks, and see how the magnets hold it. Now that I've mounted everything, here's the final result. Just like that. And the magnets I put on the inside just looks a lot better, and then it's going to be more narrow. So this is the 42-inch bar, so let's try to put it on the Jeep and see how it looks. Alright, so I got good news and bad news. Good news is that the light bar looks absolutely sick. It's going to look so much better with this light bar on the Jeep when we finally get to mount it. Bad news is that with the shape of the Jeep, the magnets are actually holding on only on the sides. So now I'm going to get to thinking of what I could use in order to get this right. So it's on really solid, but it's still, these sides are off and the roof kind of slopes down. So the magnets don't have much to hold on to. They're only holding on to half of the roof. So unfortunately, because of this delay, I'm going to have to put on the light bar either tomorrow or the next day and test it out then. But I'm going to figure out the mounting right now, and I'm also going to put on the roof racks right now. Now I'm putting on the crossbars. As you can see here, it just goes around the bar like that, and then underneath, and it just wedges into it. Got this installed. I just measured that distance, which was 38.5 inches from bar to bar, and then I measured this full distance, and then I subtracted 47 inches off this, plus minus 38.5, and then I just found each distance on either side. That was really easy, took about 5 minutes. I'm just gonna do the other side now. Just put the weather stripping through. Easy. That feels really sturdy. Let's get the second one on. 5 minutes and some cold fingers later, I got the other roof rack on. Put it up. Wow, that looks a lot better. I'm not sure if you can tell on video, but that makes the Jeep look a lot more overlandy and off-roady than before. Perfect. Now, I just got to figure out the light bar right now, and then I'm going to test out the light bar and mount it and stuff tomorrow. So, I'll see you guys tomorrow. Alright, now it's the next day. So this is the light bar here, and these are the mounts. What I did last night is bent them out, and then bent them in again to level them out, and this ended up giving me about 43 inches. So now the light bar should fit perfectly, because when they were straight up and down like that, the light bar was a little bit too long for the Jeep's roof. So the magnets were hanging off roof to roof, but now I can put them closer in. So now I'm going to put these on and see how it worked. So I got the mounts back on, let's now put it on the Jeep. The light bar is now officially mounted. Here it is. So I had to push it more back so that the magnets can sit flush. But except for that, the light bar looks absolutely sick. I have to figure out this wiring now, so that's the next step. I'm going to run it down here, and then I'm going to have to put it into my trunk and then figure out the harnesses. So let's do that next. Okay, so this is what I'm thinking. Now, to run it across here, connect it to the battery, and then I'm gonna have to connect the switch. Now the switch, I'm gonna try to pull through into the cab through the steering rack right here. So this boot used to have a cord going through it from the trailer brake control lines, but since I took them out, there's space right here, so I'm gonna try to put it in through there. So let's give that a try. Here's all the wiring. Okay, so first things first, I took off this panel right here in the footwell, and I found the steering line right here. So I'm gonna try to feed something through there to see if I can get to the other side. Okay, so here's the update so far. So I've got this dragged through, and then you can see on the other side, This is coming out just like that, and it's almost there. You can see the rubber boot moving. So I just need to get it past this little part, and then I can get the wire through. And the wire itself is pretty thin. I just need to get this thing through. Being pretty difficult right now. So I'm gonna grab a flathead screwdriver and just kind of pry the rubber up a bit, and then I'm gonna try to see if I can pull it through. Okay, so good news, I just got it through. After prying up enough with the flathead on that rubber, I was able to push it through, and then I can attach it to the main harness. And this guy I can attach to anywhere in here. I can put it in here, I can drill a hole in here, anywhere. Okay, now I've got the cover back on, and this I've clipped in right in this gap. It's like it was meant for this Jeep. Perfect. Now let's get to the main harness. Okay, now I finished with the harness, so I attached it to the battery terminals. I put the excess in there, and then I had to put a self-tapping screw in here to hold this together. I split this up. I've got the switch connected down here, and then it goes into the steering rack. Then I've got the wire going here up to here, just across there, and then I'm gonna have to zip tie that together and run this through. And this, because I have the light bar a little bit further, it's not actually reaching into there, so I have to keep it on the outside for now. Now what I did is zip tied everything together. So there's the cords down there, and then there's this one going through the steering rack. That's screwed on. And I've got one zip tie there, one zip tie there, just going right across onto there, and then zip tied up to there, through here. And then I heat shrunk and then wrapped this end with electrical tape. I put 2 heat shrinks on there, and then this cord tucks in perfectly. You can barely even see it, right into this gap. And then I ran it up. Now that it's done, I'm gonna start up the Jeep. Okay, so it's off right now. Turn it on. That is so bright. That's something else. It's really sturdy. It's almost 5 right now, so I'm gonna wait for it to get dark, and then I'm gonna go test this light bar. Okay, so I'm driving out now. First impressions of the light bar. I've gone up to 125 kilometers an hour, and it hasn't flown off yet, so the magnets are doing good. These magnets are really solid. I tried pushing on it, I tried hitting the light bar, it won't budge. And it's a really windy day, so it's a perfect time to test how strong the magnets are. 44,000 lumens is no joke. It's probably one of the brightest light bars I've ever seen. So I'm really excited to see how it's gonna do in the dark. Here's the light bar. Light bar hasn't moved. But now, let's try the light bar. Okay, so I'm really impressed with the way this thing lights up the road. I just want to do a quick POV for you guys. So this is regular headlights, now fog lights, now light bar. That's insane. I can see the entire road perfectly. Oh, this is a big hill right here. 3, 2, 1, light bar. turn it off. Turn off my fog lights. Turn it on. There's that really bright patch in the middle, spotting everything. And then the side lights, I can see absolutely everything. I can see any deer on the side of the road, anything. So this is gonna be perfect for dark trails. That's my view of the road. And then this is a must-have for off-roading. I didn't want a light bar at first. I thought they would be kind of useless. I thought the headlights would do good enough, but here's me flashing my high beams. There's just no difference anymore. This light bar is incredible. If you guys want to get a light bar for yourself, I'll leave a link in the description for this Auxbeam light bar, and you guys can go on their website and check their stuff out. I'll also leave a link for the magnets as well, and for the roof rails. Right now, this one's 52% off on top of the 15% off coupon code. It's 200 Canadian or 130 US. Pick it up now if you guys want a light bar. Best quality I've seen, and it's usually 500 Canadian with no discount. So if you guys want a light bar, this is the one to get. You won't be disappointed. If you guys are skeptical like me on getting a light bar, I recommend it 100%. If you guys take it off-roading, gravel roads, even dark mountain roads, you guys can see deer on either side. It's a lot safer. It looks sick. So yeah, if you guys are looking for a light bar, this is the one to get. I highly recommend it. I wouldn't be recommending it if I didn't like it myself. This is not a sponsored video. This is my honest review, but when you guys do buy something from the link from the Auxbeam website, it does help out the channel. Okay, enough of that. Now the snow's definitely started to pick up. I'm gonna head home now. So if you guys go on any mountain roads, gravel roads, or trails in the dark, this is definitely a must-have. And if you don't want holes in your car, get the magnets, they work. Blind corner coming up, can't see anything, on. And now I feel like a rally driver. This light bar gives me so much confidence. I mean, the headlights do a decent job, but down this road I can't see much. And then on. Everything around me, especially if I'm going on a slow trail, perfect. Driving back home now, and I just wanted to say I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Stay tuned for more. I appreciate the support from everyone. The channel's doing great, and I hope you guys have a great rest of your day. See you later.